So Joel Tornero records only 1 out, 1/3 out of an inning, no hits, 4 runs on 6 walks and 1 strikeout. As Riley pounds a fastball middle end for a strike, it's 1-1. Ashworth is hitting .323, 7 runs batted in, and he has got 15 walks. The pitch is a fastball low. 2 balls and a strike. Riley, the Cal State Bakersfield right-hander from Scottsdale, Arizona, making his 2nd appearance of the season. Bases loaded, 1 out. 2-1 pitch is lined into right field, and that is down for potential extra bases. Steele scores. Felix scores. They will hold Rover at 3rd. It's a 2-run double for Kyle Ashworth, and it is now a 6-1 Range Riders lead in the 1st inning. So 2-run double for Ashworth. And it is a crooked inning for the Range Riders to start this road trip for Oakland. Here is the top of the order in J.D. McLaughlin, and he takes a breaking ball low, ball 1. RBI 8 and 9 for Ashworth. Six runs on 1 hit. The pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Riley comes set, infield is back. The pitch. Breaking ball is off the corner outside. It is 3-0. Ibarra and Allgaier, the corner infielders, are about halfway in. 3-0. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1. We apologize for some of the technical difficulties on our YouTube stream for today. Looks like those have been resolved. The 3-1 is a breaking ball down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-2. Whether you're tuning in on HTN on the Home Team Network or here on YouTube, appreciate your patience as we resolve the technical difficulties. 3-2 on McLaughlin. Riley kicks, throws, and it's a breaking ball outside for ball 4. So McLaughlin has walked twice to begin his night at the office. First walk issued by Riley. And here comes Logan Beard. Bases loaded once again for the Range Riders here in the 1st. First pitch, fastball is high, ball 1. Our umpires for today, Paul Graham is behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Rob Minter is at first base, and Larry Pfister is at 3rd. The 1-0 fastball inside corner, a called strike. It's 1-1. Riley pitched on Sunday in the win for Oakland over Red Pocket. Gave up a solo homer, but then he closed out the game to seal the win for Oakland as he finds the inside for a strike. It's now 1-2. Trying to get a ground ball here and get Oakland out of this disaster of an inning. The pitch is grounded softly to 3rd, but it's foul as Allgaier scoops it in foul territory. Glacier 6, Oakland 1 here in the bottom of the 1st. Six walks and a hit batter allowed by Joel Tornero, and you only can imagine what he's feeling in the first base dugout. 1-2 pitch from Riley is fouled off to the right and on top of the stadium here at Glacier Bank Park. 1-2. Riley throws, and it's a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 3. And Beard thought about using a challenge, but decides not to use it. 2 outs for Carson Garner, the first baseman. Garner walked in his first at-bat against Tornero. First pitch, breaking ball, misses away, ball 1. Riley was acquired by Oakland in a trade over the weekend from the Tri-City Valley Cats in the Frontier League. 1-0. Popped up down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play. That is headed for a wooden stairwell just below some patio seating out in right field. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is a gorgeous ballpark here in Kalispell. Wooden exterior for most of the suite level and the press box. All turf field. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball from Riley, and he's ahead 1-2 on Garner. Clouds in the distance. The mountains out there in the horizon in right field. We're not too far away from Glacier National Park, just about a 40 or so minute drive. 1-2 from Riley, who's at the stretch. And he strikes out Garner with a breaking ball to end the inning. The damage done, though, by Glacier. 6 runs on 1 hit, and they leave the bases loaded. Ballers have their work cut out. They trail 6-1 as we go to the second here on the Ballers Broadcast Network. Cam Buford, Jaden Calora, and Noah Blythe lead off the top of the second for the Ballers, who trail 6-1. Evan Langston takes the hill, 15 pitches in the first. Right on right matchup between him and Buford. First offering on the way. And Buford takes a fastball down the middle for a strike. It's 0-1. For Cam, this is his 6th game of the year since being traded over from Sioux City. Takes a ball outside. It's 1-1. 5 for 22 with 3 home runs and 4 runs batted in. Langston winds and throws. On 1 pitch is swung on and missed. A good slider. Low in the strike zone, 1-2. 1-2 from Langston. Buford hits a hard ground ball to the shortstop, backhanded by Steele. The throw to first is in time. One away for Jaden Calora. First game of June for these sides as Calora stands in the lefty box. First pitch from Langston. And Calora takes a fastball high for ball one. Range Riders 9-3 start through the first 12 games. The pitch. Calora hits a line drive in the center, and that drops in for a hit. A breaking ball low in the zone, but he got the bat hit on it and hit it solidly up the middle. One out single for Noah Blythe, the right fielder. Blythe getting the start in right field, right-handed bat versus the right-handed arm of Langston. And the first pitch is hit up the middle. Second baseman Beard has it, steps on the bag for one, throws to first in time, and it's an inning-ending double play. One out single from Calora, but the double play ball ends it. We go to the bottom of the second with the Range Riders ahead, 6-1 on the Ballers, and here on the Ballers Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Kalispell here in Montana. First game of a 12-game road trip for your Ballers. And it's the first road game of this 2026 season. Michael Riley takes the hill and faces Jake Millen. The left fielder takes a first pitch fastball down the middle for a strike. It is 0-1. Range Riders 6, Ballers 1. Gareth Kwok live in Kalispell for this week and for the rest of this road trip. 0-1. Fastball is in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Millen drew a walk and then later scored on the bases loaded walk from Tornero. Swinging a miss on the breaking ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ratfield and then Steele to follow, the 4, 5, and 6 bats for Glacier. Riley working from the windup throws. And a high fly ball driven deep to right is well foul. Beyond the picnic seating on the right. 1-2 on Millen. He's a patient hitter. 20 walks on the team. Leads the team. Riley's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Punched him out with the high fastball at 93. And Michael Riley has fanned all 3. I should say he's fanned the last 3 batters. 1 away for Donovan Ratfield. First pitch to Ratfield. Right-handed bat takes a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1. And the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now, Riley has experience working as a long relief guy. 44 innings and 17 appearances with Cal State Bakersfield last year. Here's a swing and the foul back into the screen by Ratfield, 1-2. And someone who has had experience starting games. When he was at Grand Valley State, he appeared in some spot starts 2 years ago. 1-2 is low, but the breaking ball, 2-2. Not someone that'll just give you 1 inning or, seize a batter or 2. He wants to give you 2, 3. And in a game like this where the ballers had to go to their bullpen in the first inning, we could give them 4. That would be terrific. From the windup, the 2-2 pitch to Ratfield is a breaking ball in there on the outside for a called strike 3. Michael Riley has settled in 4 consecutive strikeouts for the right-hander. And here comes Jacob Steele, the shortstop. First pitch to Steele. Fastball is high for ball 1. Range Riders lead 6-1 on the Ballers here in the bottom of the second. 1-0. Breaking ball is in tight. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch is low. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck is the third baseman, Felix. Jacob Steele, formerly with Central Missouri, Division II school. The pitch. Fastball is outside. Ball 4. 4-pitch walk. Puts a man aboard with 2 down for Felix, the third baseman. Riley, who's originally from Scottsdale, Arizona. Started out his college career at Gateway Community College. Pitch is a strike. Good slider down the middle, make it 0-1. Felix was hit by a pitch by Tornero, up and in by the arm. 0-1. Slider misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Not much wind right now. Flag on right center. It's not waving very much. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Good slider makes it now 1-2 on Felix, who was just activated off the injured list by Glacier today. In a corresponding move, they waived Kyle Singer, one of their other infielders. 1-2 on Felix. The pitch. Fastball is outside. 2-2. On deck is Rover, the designated hitter. Riley set at the chest. Right-hander throws. And this is fouled back into the screen by Felix. Still 2-2. Formerly drafted by the White Sox in 2023 out of Florida Gulf Coast. Went the junior college route, then played at Florida Gulf Coast before being drafted. Spin throw to first. Diving in safely is Steele. Glacier 6, Oakland 1. Bottom of the second, 2 outs, man on first. Riley now nods and comes set at the leathers. Is 2-2. Is swung on and missed. Strike 3. The slider away, and Michael Riley has struck out the side. He's got 5 strikeouts in an inning and 2/3 of relief. Top of the third coming up here from Kalispell. It is 6-1 Range Riders here on Ballers Radio. Heffernan Insurance Brokers has been helping people make smart decisions since day one, offering business insurance, personal home and auto, employee benefits, and retirement and wealth management. Make a smart decision for your business or family today. Visit Heffernan Insurance Brokers online at hefins.com. Top of the third, Davis Druick leads off for the Ballers against Evan Langston, the righty. And the first pitch of the left-hander is a fastball right down the pipe for a called strike, 0-1. Range Riders lead 6-1. Druick, McKenzie, and Cobb, the 8, 9, and 1 bats for Oakland against Langston. Right-handers 0-1. Druick tips it foul. Back behind the plate, it is 0-2. This is Druick's first start of the year since he was re-signed by the Ballers after a short stint with the Cleburne Railroaders. Here's a ground ball to second, fielded by Beard, who shuffles to his right, tosses to first, and Druick is retired for out number 1. Up to the plate comes TJ McKenzie for Oakland. Tell you a little bit about the dimensions here at this ballpark, Glacier Bank Park. 328 down the left field line, 338 to right. First pitch to McKenzie. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball, 0-1. Left center, 375, 380 to right center, and it is 406 to dead center. But again, you take into account the elevation that we are at here in Kalispell. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. The elevation up here in Kalispell is just under 3,000 feet at 2,900 on the west slope of the Rocky Mountains. Here's a fly ball hit well by McKenzie to right, sending Ashworth back. He squares up and makes the catch about a few feet shy from the warning track. 2 outs for Tremaine Cobb in the top of Oakland's lineup. Got to see a little bit of it, a sneak peek during batting practice, but boy, oh boy, the balls that were hit just felt like they were up in the sky for an extra 10 or 15 seconds, given the elevation. Here's Trey, who takes a breaking ball in, ball 1. Plenty of balls leaving the wall during BP. The 0-1 pitch to Cobb is bounced softly up the middle. Shortstop Steele collects, throws to first, and it's in time to get Cobb by a step, inning over. Nice job done by Langston. He's given up, or he sets down Oakland's lineup in order. 1, 2, 3 in the third. We go to the bottom of the third with the Range Riders ahead 6-1 here on Ballers Radio. Tommy Rover, the designated hitter, leads off for the Range Riders, followed by Kyle Ashworth and J.D. McLaughlin. It's the bottom of the third. Range Riders 6, Ballers 1. Michael Riley back on the mound in relief. The first pitch to Rover is a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Rover drew a walk in his first plate appearance back in the first. 1-0. High fly ball into medium deep right. Noah Blythe, I should say, ranges to his left towards the foul line to make the catch. And there's one away. Michael Riley can continue to get quick outs and get swings and misses, serving as a unexpected bridge between starter and bullpen after assuming relief in the first. First pitch to Ashworth is a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Ashworth was the first batter that Riley faced after assuming relief, and Ashworth hit a 2-run double. Here's the 1-0. It's inside with the fastball, 2-0. Riley winds the 2-0. Fastball, middle away, called a strike, 2-1. Second season in Glacier for Ashworth. Last year hit 242 with a home run and 23 batted in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Good slider from Riley, and he's back even in the count, 2-2. Ashworth off to a good start here in 2026 at the plate. The 2-2. Fastball inside, 3-2. McLaughlin on deck for the Range Riders, who are looking for win number 10 early in this season. Right now, them and Billings top the standings. The 3-2 is a fastball low, ball 4. One out base runner for McLaughlin. And the Range Riders will already have their lineup up for a third time in this third inning. McLaughlin is drawn to walks. First pitch, runner goes. Pitch is a strike. Calora's throw down to second. On one bounce, and it skips into center. McKenzie is there to back it up. Santos could not field the hop at second base, the second baseman. And it's a successful stolen base for Kyle Ashworth, his third of the year. Range Riders 6, Ballers 1. Range Riders with just one hit on the night. Riley stares at second, now comes home. 0-1 is flipped foul off to the right and onto the main concourse level. 4 or 5 young kids racing after that foul ball. There's a wooden play structure out there in right, with about a dozen picnic tables adjacent to that wooden play structure, entertaining the kids. 0-2 from Riley on the way. Is lined in the right center field. McKenzie broke in, got a good jump, got a good read, and he makes the catch at his hip for out number 2. And that holds Ashworth at second base. Nice job by McKenzie to read that ball quickly for making the running catch. 2 down. Here's Logan Beard, the second baseman. Ballers have some activity in right field in the bullpen. Looks like Jake Turk is tossing. First pitch to Beard is a slider outside for Riley. Has thrown 51 pitches in relief thus far. A look at second. And the pitch is lined past the diving Allgaier in the left field, a base hit. Ashworth being waved home. The throw from Druick on one bounce, the slide, the tag, and they got him. Davis Druick with a perfect one-hop throw to Calora at the plate, and Ashworth out by plenty, by 4 or 5 feet. We go to the fourth. Range Riders do not score. It is 6-1 Glacier as we go to the fourth on Ballers Radio. Isai Santos leads off for the Ballers here against Evan Langston. Right on left matchup with the Ballers down by 5. It's 6-1 Range Riders, and now Langston asks for time, and there might be an issue with his PitchCom device. He took off his hat, is fixing his cap and sort of feeling the side of the cap. Pitching coach Will Ullman is there to inspect, and it's like they gave him a different device. Well, the Ballers gave up 6 runs in the bottom of the first, and unfortunately, it wasn't because Glacier was doing anything that spectacular. It was just too many self-inflicted wounds. 6 walks and a hit batter issued by Joel Tornero, the starter, prompted an early trip to the bullpen for Aaron Miles as Eastside takes a strike down the middle, 0-1. Michael Riley, though, a nice job in relief with 2 2/3 scoreless and 5 strikeouts. Here's a bouncing ball to first, fielded chest high by the first baseman Garner, and he takes it to the bag himself for the first out of the 4th. Here comes Jeter Ibarra to the plate. Jeter drove in Oakland's first run of this road trip with a grounder to first that scored Tremaine Cobb from third. Langston's first pitch is a breaking ball inside, ball 1. 6 in a row set down by Evan Langston. He had a good first start to begin the year. The pitch is fouled off towards the left and into the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. In his first start of the year, he went 5 innings of 1-run ball with 5 strikeouts. Langston comes home. Ibarra takes a breaking ball outside. It's 2-1. Mustached righty covers his face as he gets the sign. Now comes home. And Ibarra whacks one solidly in the right center field. This will be extra bases. Rolls all the way to the wall. Ibarra heads into second, and he stops there with a 1-out double. Fastball at the knees, and Ibarra laced it at 107 miles an hour off the bat. One-out base runner for Jake Allgaier as the Ballers try to chip away at this 5-run deficit. Allgaier was a major bright spot for Oakland during the homestand. Best hitter from a statistical standpoint, hitting .410 coming in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. First pitch is rolled softly to first. A friendly hop hit by for the first baseman Garner. Takes it to the bag. In time for out number 2. Ibarra advances to third. 2 away for Cam Buford. Buford bounced out to short in his first at-bat. Right on right versus Langston. Here's the first offering. Is tapped foul. Back behind the plate for strike 1. Buford has homered in back-to-back games. A homer on Saturday, a homer on Sunday. Love to take advantage of the high elevation here in Kalispell. Pitch. Low and outside with a breaking ball. It is 2-0. Excuse me, 1-1. Big time pop from Buford last year with Oakland in their championship run. 21 home runs in 88 games. The pitch is hit up the middle, backhanded by Beard to throw across his body to first in time to get Buford by a step. And Oakland goes down scoreless in the 4th. They strand the 1-out double at third base. Bottom 4 coming up. 6-1 Range Riders here on Ballers Radio. Carson Garner, the first baseman, leads off for the Range Riders in the bottom of the fourth against Michael Riley. First pitch is a slider down the pipe, taken for a strike, going 1. Range Riders 6, Ballers 1. Gareth Kwok live here in Kalispell for Ballers Radio. The 0-1 from Riley. Swing and a miss. The first baseman, Garner, can't hold up on the check swing. On that slider, it's 0-2. That seems to be Riley's best pitch today. That slider working away to righties. Is 0-2 coming. Is a breaking ball, that time way outside. It's 1-2. If Michael Riley can get through the fourth, so far so good in relief. And a premature appearance. The pitch in the dirt. Blocked by the catcher, Kalora. 2-2. Garner, formerly with the Murray State Racers last year, helped them to a Men's College World Series appearance. 1-2. Rolled to third. It's a knee-high hop for Allgaier, who double clutches, throws to first, and it's in time for the first out of the fourth. Time now for our Pacific Pipe climb to the PBL standings, as we take a look at who's sitting at the top of the Pioneer League. Right now, Billings and Glacier. Billings at 9-2, having won 5 in a row. Range Riders at 9-3. Long Beach is at 9-3 as well. They've won 6 in a row. Here's Jake Millen, who hits a high fly ball on the first pitch in the shallow right field. Noah Blythe calling off his second baseman, Isai Santos, and Blythe makes the catch for out number 2. Then you got Boise and Modesto at 8-4 each. Missoula at 7-5. Oakland in the middle of the pack. And 7th at 6-6. Winners of 3 in a row after that sweep of Red Pocket. Donovan Ratfield, the catcher, stands in. Right on right. First pitch fastball is outside, ball 1. That was your Pacific Pipe climb to the top of the PBL standings. Here's a strike on a slider from Riley. It's 1-1 on Ratfield. 60 pitches thrown. The pitch. Fastball is a little bit low. It's 2-1. Ratfield signed with the team last year. This is his second year with the Range Riders. The pitch. Breaking ball is outside. 3-1. Began his college career at the College of Marin for 2 seasons. That's where he overlapped with Jake Turk, who's resting in the right field bullpen. Fastball is outside. Ball 4. 2-out walk. It's a 4th allowed by Riley. Aaron Miles looking in the direction of the bullpen, but don't think he will pull Riley just yet, considering his pitch count. Wants to see if he can get at least through 4 with Riley for using another reliever. Here's Steele. Steele fouls the first pitch back into the screen for strike 1. Glacier 6, Oakland 1 on this Tuesday night from Kalispell. The sun will not set until 9:30 Central Time. 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider. Good pitch from Riley. It's 0-2. It has stayed light out in the, I guess the hour and 10 minutes since we started. It barely looks like any change of the day has occurred. That's how long days are up here in Montana. 0-2, the pitch. In the dirt. Good scoop by Kalora on the backhand. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sunrise is very early, 5:30 in the morning, and then sunset 9:30, especially around this time of year. The pitch is bounced to short. Cobb stays down, goes the short way to second for the force, and the inning is over. Really nice job done by Michael Riley in relief since entering in the first. We go to the 5th Ballers trail by 5. It is 6-1 Range Riders. You're listening to Ballers Radio. Jaden Kalora leads off for Oakland in the 5th. 6, 7, 8 bats. Kalora, Blythe, and Druick against Evan Langston, who has settled in. Right-hander delivers the first of the 5th. And Kalora fights it off foul, off to the left for strike 1. Range Riders 6, Ballers 1. A 6-run first inning for the Range Riders is a difference so far. Can the Oakland Bats get some momentum against Langston? The 0-1 is high with a breaking ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Langston has been efficient, just 40 pitches needed through 4 innings. Mustached righty winds and deals. Kalora hits a sharp ground ball past the diving backhand of Garner into right for a base hit. Jaden Kalora has a multi-hit game in as many at-bats. Sent a line drive in the center, back in the second, and he pulls one on the ground on this turf infield past Garner for a leadoff hit. We know how capable Oakland is of putting up crooked numbers, as exemplified during the first 2 weeks of the homestand. Here's Noah Blythe, power hitting outfielder. First pitch is a fastball high for ball 1. Lights are on here at Glacier Bank Park, although I must say, I mean, there's still plenty of daylight here in Kalispell. 1-0. Blythe hits it on the ground to short. Steele charges, throws to second for 1 out. Turn to first is not in time. So Kalora forced out. Blythe reaches on the fielder's choice. 1 down for Davis Druick. We arrived yesterday in the Kalispell at about 3:30 or so local time. Took a 7 a.m. flight out of Oakland. Arrived in Seattle at about 9:15. First pitch to Druick is tapped foul on the ground down the first base line for strike 1. And we had about a 10 a.m. connection from Seattle to Missoula for making the drive from Missoula to Kalispell, about 2.5 hours or so. And it was raining for much of the bus ride, but today it has been very nice. 0-1 on Druick. Davis hits a pop-up foul off to the left, and he's behind 0-2. Overcast for much of the afternoon. Sun peeking a little bit towards batting practice. No balls and 2 strikes. Langston is ready at the belt. And the pitch Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Truick goes down on the breaking ball. Slider. Strikeout number 2 for Langston, and there's 2 outs for TJ McKenzie. McKenzie flew out to right in his first AB against Langston. Right-handers first. His fastball upstairs, ball 1. Talked about the dimensions a little bit earlier with this park. Left field is about 8 to 9 foot high wall between left and left center. 1-0. McKenzie lines it sharply in the left field. That drops in front of Millen for a base hit. Blythe to second. McKenzie with the base hit. 2 men on, 2 men out for Tremaine Cobb. In center, though, the wall is bumped up from about 9 or 10 feet to about 15 feet, just for about a, let's say, 20 to 30 foot stretch out there in straightaway center before then the wall comes back down to about 10 feet. First pitch to Tremaine Cobb is a strike down the middle, 0-1. And then the wall is bumped back up to about 15 or so feet from right center all the way to right to the foul pole. The pitch. Cobb hits a foul off to the right. Thought he got a good pitch, and he did. He got a hanging breaking ball middle in, and he wished he did some more damage to it. Instead, he's behind 0-2. Oakland down by 5. It is 6-1 Glacier in the 5th. 2 men on, 2 men out. Langston throws. Double steal. Cobb hits a ground ball to third, right at the third baseman, Felix. His throw to first is in time to end the inning. Ballers strand a pair in the 5th. We are halfway home in Kalispell on this Tuesday night. Ballers trailing by 5. It is 6-1 Range Riders on Ballers Radio.
Next batter, the Green Raiders, Felix.
Bottom of the 5th inning here from Kalispell, Montana. Big Sky country for the next 2 weeks here for the Ballers. Michael Riley returns to the mound, trying to keep it a 5-run game. It is 6-1 Glacier. And the first pitch to Edric Felix is a breaking ball low, ball 1. Bottom of the 5th, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The 1-0. Now it's 1-1 on Felix. Jake Turk is tossing out in right field. He'll likely be the next man for Riley. He's done a great job in relief since coming on in the first. Here's a ground ball through the left side of the infield for a hit. Felix reaches base for a second time as he got a breaking ball down the middle and hit it hard on the ground. Here is Rover, the DH. 70 pitches for Riley in this one, after Joel Ternero, the starter, recorded only 1 out against 8 batters. First pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Rover drew a walk and has flown out to right. Left-handed bat versus a right-handed arm of Riley. And the pitch. Fastball is high. 2-0. So we're seeing this rubber arm of Riley in a spot that I don't think the ballers had fully anticipated. Trying to get through 4 2/3. Here's a pitch inside. 3-0. 3 2/3 pitch by Riley. No runs allowed, 2 hits, 4 walks. He has struck out 5. 3-0. Fastball on the outside called a strike. 3-1 on Rover. Rover, who is in his first full professional season after a short stint with the Mahoning Valley Scrappers last year in the draft league. 3-1. Swing and a miss. He might have helped out Riley there with a breaking ball low. Riley's not complaining. He's back in the count, 3-2. We'll see if Felix takes off at first base. He has his lead. Now widens the lead. He does not go. 3-2 is a fastball low for ball 4. The 9-hitter Ashworth will hit. And this is a sacrifice situation. First 2 men aboard with no out. Allgaier, the only third baseman, only corner infielder, I should say, that is in on the grass. We'll see if Ashworth swings away or not. First pitch, he shows bunt, and he bunts it beautifully. It's a third. Allgaier bare hands, throws to first, and it's in time. Both runners advance 90 feet. Felix a third, Rover to second. Perfect sacrifice bunt from Kyle Ashworth. Gets the job done. There's 2 on in scoring position with only 1 out for the top of Glacier's lineup in J.D. McLaughlin. Now, what is the defensive strategy here from Oakland? Jaden Kalora is going to go out to talk with Riley on the mound. Jake Turk continuing to warm out there in right field. All games here in Kalispell tomorrow and Thursday, a 6:35 local time first pitch. So 5:35 back in Oakland. And that mound visit from Kalora, I think, was just to give Turk an extra couple of pitches, because now here comes Aaron Miles for the Ballers. Aaron is going to make a pitching change with 2 men in scoring position for the Range Riders and 1 out. Michael Riley did the best he could after assuming relief in the first inning. He goes 4 innings of shutout relief with 5 strikeouts, did walk 5. And Jake Turk will now come in for Oakland when we return. The Ballers down by 5. It is 6-1 Range Riders as Turk comes in for Oakland when we return on Ballers Radio. Second reliever today for Oakland in the bottom of the 5th. Range Riders threatening. They have 2 men in scoring position with 1 out, and they lead the Ballers 6-1 in this first game of a 3-game series. Jake Turk relieves Michael Riley. Right-hander's line is not final, but he goes 4 innings of scoreless relief with 2 hits, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts on 77 pitches. And Turk will come in and face the top of the Range Riders lineup, beginning with J.D. McLaughlin. And the Ballers infield is in, trying to keep it a 5-run game. McLaughlin has reached base twice via a pair of walks. First pitch from Turk is a slider outside, ball 1. The Novato native Turk, 22 years of age. Played collegiate Marcos. This is his second appearance since being activated off the IL. 1-0. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. McLaughlin was underneath it. 1-1. Remember, it is a turf infield, so this will be a fast ground ball if it was hit on the ground. The pitch is a strike. Good slider on the outside. It's now 1-2. Ballers infield about a step away from the quote-unquote grass with this all-turf field in Kalispell. 1-2. Slider low. Laura pointed at him, though, as if to say that was a good spot where I wanted it. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Felix, a runner at third. Rover, the runner at second. 2-2 from Turk. McLaughlin strikes out swinging on the heat. That was a very poor swing from McLaughlin as he broke down very late on the 90-mile-an-hour heater, middle away. In the strikeout situation, Jake Turk got the strikeout. Not out of the woods just yet. Here comes Logan Beard, the second baseman. First pitch to the righty. Fastball clips the top of the zone for a strike. It's 0-1. An early test for this Oakland bullpen here on the road to start out the road trip. 0-1 on Beard. Turk lifts the leg and throws. Beard takes a strike. Now he took one right down the middle with the fastball, and he's behind 0-2. You saw Turk throw backwards to McLaughlin with sliders. Hasn't seen one yet. 0-2 pitch. Slider in the dirt. Good block from Calora. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck is Garner, the first baseman. Turk is set at the belt. Right-hander kicks and throws. Slider is low and outside. 2-2. Beard has struck out twice and has singled to left. Turk is set. Right-hander delivers. A fastball right down the middle, strike 3 call. And Jake Turk with a couple gutsy strikeouts to get out of a second and third jam with 1 out. And it keeps the Range Riders off the board in the 5th. Now what is the response from Oakland offensively? They are trailing by 5 against Glacier, 6-1 as we head to the 6th on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Kalispell, Montana. Ballers up to bat here in the top of the 6th. Down by 5. It is 6-1 Range Riders. A 6-run first inning on just 1 hit for Glacier has been the difference so far. Can Oakland get the bats going here against Langston, who has been very sharp in his 3rd start of the year? Isai Santos leads off and hits a high fly ball to deep right center. McLaughlin is racing back. Now he slows down, and as he crosses onto the warning track, he makes the catch for the first downs. If that was in Raimondi Park, that's probably out of here, but the alleys are deep in left center and right center. And Isai barreled up that high and in fastball, but a fly out to show. 1 down for Jeter Ibarra, who has driven in Oakland's only run today with a grounder to first that brought home Cobb. First pitch. He takes a breaking ball outside, ball 1. Langston, who began his career at Spring Hill College in Mobile, Alabama. Right-handers 1-0. Ibarra looks at a fastball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. I should say he began at Colorado in Colorado Springs before then transferring to Spring Hill in the middle of his college career. Pitch to Ibarra is grounded softly to second, backhanded by Beard, tossed to first in time, 2 down. Before concluding at Western Carolina. He was a starter at Spring Hill, so this role, of course, nothing new for him. A native of Mammoth Lakes, California. He's quite the snowboarder growing up. He was a top junior snowboarder in his hometown, where he ranked 5th nationally as an 11-year-old. Allgaier takes a ball high and away, ball 1. His grandfather, John Polavina, played minor league baseball with the Cardinals organization in the late 1960s. 1-0. Allgaier stares at a strike with a breaking ball at the top of the strike zone. It's 1-1. And he is 1 out away from getting through 6 strong. 1-1 pitch. Allgaier hits a line drive over the second baseman Beard into right, a base hit. Jake Allgaier, who's been an on-base machine, can continue to stay on base, reach base, I should say. 2-out hit brings up Cam Buford. Buford has hit the ball hard on the ground twice, but has grounded out both times. First pitch is fouled straight back into the netting for strike 1. Oakland 1 run on 6 hits. No errors. Glacier 6 runs, 2 hits, no errors. 0-1 is fouled into the glove of the catcher Ratfield for strike 2. 0-2 on Buford. Ballers behind by 5. It is 6-1 Glacier. Allgaier takes his lead. Langston is set at the belt, takes a deep breath, and comes home. Low and outside with a breaking ball. 1-2. An overcast Tuesday evening in the high 50s here in Kalispell. 1-2. Buford taps it foul at the plate. There is a great smell of I want to say it's a bratwurst or hot dogs, but either way, it is wafting up here in our broadcast booth. We are perched up in the suite level to the left of home plate by the third base line. So we're not directly behind the umpire. We're a little bit off-centered towards third base. 1-2 pitch. Buford stays alive, and that Might have gotten a piece of Ratfield behind the plate as he fell to his backside after the foul tip. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A sparse crowd on this Tuesday, but there's a good amount just walking around the concourse, especially the young families with their kids out there and right with the wooden playground and the picnic tables enjoying the hospitality. 0-2 is off the tip of Ratfield's glove. It rolls to the backstop, and that allows Allgaier to reach second. Pardon me, that was the 1-2 pitch, so now it is 2-2. I would think that's a pass ball on Ratfield. It looked catchable. Glacier 6, Oakland 1. Allgaier at second, 2 outs in the 6th. 2-2 the Buford is lined into shallow center field. That drops in for a base hit. Allgaier rounds third. He will score, whereas the throw comes in late. Head first slide from Allgaier, and Cam Buford chips away at the Glacier lead. It is now 6-2 Oakland. Buford's RBI knock up the middle. Didn't necessarily catch the entire barrel, but he was able to plop it into shallow center. McLaughlin had to make a decision, and he decided to play it on a hop, which brought home Allgaier from second. And without that pass ball, too, Allgaier does not score. So 6-2 Glacier. 2 outs, Buford at first. Calora takes a fastball high for ball 1. RBI number 5 on the season for Cam. Langston's 1-0. In the dirt with the breaking ball, 2-0. A run in on 2 hits for the Ballers in the 6th inning. Langston ready to pitch. Laura takes inside, 3-0. No challenges have been used by either side just yet. Now, Donovan Ratfield wants to go out and talk with his starter. Nobody actively warming up in left for Glacier, but that might prompt some activity. Langston right now still at a very manageable workload, just 70 pitches in this 6th inning. Ratfield jogs back behind the plate, gets into the squat. Calora is ahead 3-0. The pitch is a strike. Fastball finds the outside, 3-1. Noah Blythe to follow for the Ballers. Buford takes his lead off of first. Langston comes home. And that is low with the breaking ball, ball 4. That is the first walk issued by Langston today. 2 men on with 2 out for Blythe. And here comes a mound visit. It's like Will Ullman, the pitching coach for Glacier, is going to talk things over and give some time in the left field bullpen. It's Davis Pratt, the 26-year-old from Albuquerque, New Mexico, warming up in left field. Well, this 12-game road trip will span 3 different cities up here in the Big Sky country, here in Montana. Tomorrow and Thursday, still here in Kalispell, we'll hit the road Friday morning to Great Falls, about a 3 or so hour drive east of the state to take on the Great Falls Voyagers for 3 games over the weekend. And then we'll close out this road trip with a week-long stay in Missoula to take on the Paddleheads, with Ballers hosted in the first series of the season. Here is Noah Blythe, right on right. 2 men on, 2 men out. First pitch. Know what? Can't hold up as he goes around on a breaking ball for strike one. RBI single from Cam Buford has made it a 6-2 Glacier lead in the sixth. Langston throws. Blythe takes low with the slider. 1 ball, 1 strike. This very well could be Langston's last batter, depending on the result, or no matter the result. 1-1 pitch. Blythe takes a fastball outside. It's 2-1. Davis Truick on deck for Oakland. 2-1 pitch. Blythe hits a ground ball up the middle. Shortstop steal, gloves, and underhands to second for the force. And the inning is over. Ballers get a run on 2 hits. The Buford RBI single makes it now a 4-run game. Glacier 6, Oakland 2. We go to the bottom of the 6th here on Ballers Radio. Bottom 6 from Kalispell, 6-2. Range Riders our score. Time now for our Columbia Bank Take It to the Bank. And today, here's what you can take to the bank. I don't know why I see this so much on social media or like LinkedIn or anyone trying to promote their work, but everyone misuses or I don't know, I think it's misuses the word peak. They use sneak peek as in P-E-A-K instead of P-E-E-K. Like, hey, I want you to take a look at, a sneak peek of what I've been working at, or here's a trailer, here's a sneak peek, but they use P-E-A-K. Folks, it's P-E-K. Please make sure you know your peaks and your definitions as the first baseman Garner takes a ball low in the dirt from Jake Turk. 1 ball and no strikes. I mean, I feel like I've seen that too many times for whatever reason from young professionals or even established professionals on LinkedIn. Here's a ball low. 2 balls, no strikes on Garner. Ballers trail by 4. It's 6-2. A run in for Oakland on the base hit by Cam Buford. 2-0 pitch. Very high, and it hits the backstop. 3 balls, no strikes. I mean, people have used it so much, P-E-A-K. It's almost like confused me. Like, what is the correct spelling now? Which I know it's P-E-E-K for sneak peek. Peek as Turk allows a walk on 4 pitches to Garner to begin the 6th. That is 12th walk of the game issued by Oakland. Here comes Jake Millen, the left fielder. Left-handed bat. First pitch is a breaking ball high. Ball 1. Turk pitched on Sunday. Or excuse me, he pitched on Saturday. Fires a fastball in there for a strike, 1-1. He pitched a scoreless inning. No hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. Was 1 out away from getting the save. Runner goes. Pitch is low, and Clora is not even going to bother with the throw down as Garner steals second easily. 4th steal of the year for Garner. He timed Turk perfectly. 2 balls and a strike. Cobb holding the runner, and the pitch is hit high and deep to right. Down the line, if it's fair, it's gone, and it is fair and long gone. Jake Millen takes an inside fastball and pulls it down the right field line. And Glacier has made it an 8-2 ball game in the 6th. That ball went very far. Did not even register on our TrackMan data here. Here comes Donovan Ratfield. Catcher hits a sharp ground ball to second. Santos shuffles to his right. Fields, and from the outfield grass, he throws out Ratfield for out number 1. Up to the plate comes Jacob Steele. Steele has walked twice and struck out looking. First pitch to the righty is a slider low, ball 1. Turk was, again, an out away from collecting his first pro save, but Aaron Miles opted to go the lengths to Burkett to get the final out of Saturday's win. Fastball missing high. It's 2-0. Turk, who was on the spring training roster as a waiver, used as an extra arm for scrimmages and inter squads. Fastball upstairs, 3-0, before eventually signing a contract. Three and 0 on Steele. Fastball at the top of the zone, strike 1 call. He did attend the Pioneer League tryout in Scottsdale back in mid-April. Put himself on the Ballers' radar. 3-1. Fastball outside corner, strike 2 call, 3-2. Range Riders lead by 6, 8-2. Full count pitch. Fastball right down the pipe for strike 3. So Steele got ahead 3-0 and then took 3 fastballs in the strike zone to go down looking. Third strikeout for Turk. There is 2 out in the 6th for Edric Felix. First pitch to Felix is a ball low. One Turk. Fastball. That one looked close, but it was off the outside. 2-0. Turk works from the first base side of the rubber. Right-hander's pitch. Fastball is low and outside. 3 balls, no strikes. Not missing by much on that lower outside corner. Tommy Rover on deck for Glacier. The pitch is a fastball outside, ball 4. So Tommy Rover will hit with 2 outs and the man on first for the Range Riders. Last year, Glacier, a subpar season. They went 40-56 overall. 17-31 in the first half. First pitch to Rover is a strike down the middle, 0-1. Second half was a little better, albeit still under 500 at 23-25. Off to a great start through the first 2 weeks of the year, and they could get their 10th win if they hold on today. The pitch to Rover is a broken bat flare, fielded on the hop by Cobb, who charges and behind the mound throws out Rover to end the inning. 2-run home run surrendered by Turk to Millen extends Glacier's lead to 6. It is 8-2 Range Riders as we go to the 7th here on Ballers Radio. Two-thirds of the way through here in this first game of a 3-game series. Ballers and Range Riders. Gareth Kwok for Ballers Radio here in Big Sky Country. Evan Langston, the starter, no longer in the game. He did his part. A quality start for Glacier's right-hander. 6 innings, 2 runs allowed, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And he gives way to his right-hander, Davis Pratt. Davis Druick, the first man up to begin the 7th. The Ballers down by 6, 8-2 Range Riders. Druick takes a breaking ball down the middle for a strike, 0-1. Druick, McKenzie, and Cobb, 8, 9, and 1 bats due up for Oakland against Pratt. Righties 0-1. Back foot slider misses inside. 1-1 on Davis. 0-2 with a ground out to second and a strikeout swinging. Still looking for his first hit this year. The pitch. Fastball in tight. 2-1. Came in over the weekend. Pinch hit on Sunday for Isai Santos in the 7th. The pitch is popped up out of play off to the left. 2-2 on Druick, who I think you give him some games to get reacclimated with this club, and he will provide a big boost to this offense. 19 home runs a year ago. 2-2 from Pratt. Breaking ball high and away. 3-2. Pratt is a 26-year-old from Albuquerque, New Mexico. 6'2", 205 pounds. Right-hander's pitch. Druick fights it off foul, off the glove of the catcher Ratfield. On the season, Pratt appearing for a 5th time, a 2.45 ERA. Great strikeout numbers, 14 and 7 in the 3rd innings. 2-2. Druick strikes down swinging on a high fastball. Strike 3. One out for McKenzie. McKenzie will not hit. Damian Stone will pinch hit for McKenzie in the 9th spot here in the 7th. So Damian the lefty facing the righty Pratt. Stone on the season hitting 175. He's 7 for 40. Does have 4 extra base hits. First pitch, Stone taking all the way. A strike with a breaking ball down the middle. 0-1. Time now for our out-of-town scores on this Tuesday night. Idaho Falls leading Ogden 10-3 in the 5th from Malulika Field. There's a ball outside. 1-1 on Stone. Boise and Missoula are tied at 4 in the bottom of the 5th. 1-1. Fought foul back behind the plate. It is 1-2. Long Beach ahead 5-2 on Red Pocket in the bottom of the 3rd as they kick off their inaugural homestand at Blair Field. Last but not least, Yuba Sutter is ahead 2-0 on Modesto in the top of the 2nd. 1-2 to Stone. Takes down and away. 2-2. Billings and Great Falls was supposed to start at 5:30, but no score being shown. We're guessing due to weather. Well, we'll do a little investigative research here. 2-2. And Stone strikes out swinging on a fastball down the middle. Two down for Nick Leahy. So Leahy will get in that bat here for Jermaine Cobb. Unsure if this is just a pinch hit spot for Leahy. Cobb is standing out and leaning on the rail. Doesn't appear to be anything wrong with Trey. So Leahy gets in that bat. First pitch to Nick is a ball outside, 1-0. Eight to 2, Glacier in the top of the 7th. Pratt delivers. Leahy breaks his bat and bloops it in the shallow right field, and it drops for a base hit. Pratt buried a fastball in on his hands, and Leahy muscled it in the shallow right for a knock. Two outs, man on first. Here comes Isai Santos. There is activity in the right field bullpen for Oakland. Here is Isai Santos. First pitch to Isai. Popped up, third base side, and Felix will run out of room. It's out of play. No balls and a strike. Looks like it is Matt Lozavoy warming up in right for the Ballers. Santos is 0 for 3. Pratt, a long hold on the mound. Now he fires. And Santos pops it up. This is playable in shallow center. Behind the bag, second baseman Beer calls off his shortstop and makes a catch to end the inning. 2-out single by Leahy is stranded at first base. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Time to stretch here in Kalispell. It is 8-2 Range Riders here on Ballers Radio. Substitutions for Oakland as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Glacier leading 8-2 on the Ballers. So Damian Stone and Nick Leahy, who pinch hit for Trey Cobb and TJ McKenzie, they will remain in the game. As Matt Lozavoy, the new right-hander, pumps in a strike with a fastball down the middle, 0-1. Stone is in left, Leahy's at third, Allgaier moves from third to short, and Druick moves from left to center. Fastball in tight on the left-handed batting Ashworth. It is 1 ball and 1 strike. Ashworth, McLaughlin, Beard, 9-1-2. Lozavoy's breaking ball is outside. 2 balls and a strike as Lozavoy makes his second appearance of the season for Oakland. From the windup, the pitch. Fastball high, 3-1. Made his debut on Sunday through a scoreless 8th and picked up his first baller strikeout. The pitch. Fastball inside. And that should be ball 4. It is. Ashworth didn't even know it was ball 4 before then turning to the home plate umpire, Paul Graham, and Paul Graham said, take your base. Lozavoy is the third reliever for Oakland today. Riley went 4. Turk went 1 2/3. As here is McLaughlin, who takes a ball in the dirt outside, 1-0. Jake Turk, 1 2/3 innings of relief, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. The pitch sails to the backstop. It's outside. Karams to Calora, but Ashworth is in at second on a wild pitch. Lozavoy is resting at the belt. Now comes home. And he fires a strike on the 2-0 with the fastball. It's 2-1. On deck is Logan Beard. The pitch. This is outside. 3-1. Former Cal righty comes home. Fastball, middle away, called a strike. McLaughlin not necessarily pleased. They do have their challenges. Both team has both their challenges. Neither one has used one yet. It is 3-2. Lozavoy's ready. He throws. And a swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the breaking ball. Changeup from Lozavoy, and McLaughlin was way on front. For a strikeout, 1 down for Logan Beard. Let's take a look at our AC Transit Road to the Show. We take a look at how our former ballers are doing up in the minor leagues and the major leagues. First pitch to Beard is swung on and missed. A high fastball for strike 1. Tyler Davis did not appear for the White Sox today as the Twins defeated the White Sox 6-4 from Target Field. No activity in the FCL Nationals for Noah Milliken and Adam Bogosian. Swing and a miss on the fastball from Lozavoy. 0-2. Grant Manning for Single A Fredericksburg did not pitch today as the Fred Nats defeated Hickory 3-2. Here's a fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called as Beard goes down looking. Boy, they have all these befuddled looks at the plate. Hey, you do have 2 challenges. Yes, you're up 6, but, I mean, nobody said you can and can't, not use them at any point. If you don't like it, go ahead and challenge that. That's been some of the umpires' responses, especially at the big league level. They give him such a stern look. It's like, well, challenge it. If you don't like it, we'll let the cards play out. Here is Garner, the first baseman. First pitch fastball is outside, ball 1. Range Riders with 8 runs on 3 hits. Lozavoy comes set. Now he fires. And Garner fouls it back into the screen for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. An unfortunate start for Joel Tornero, the lefty for Oakland. He faced 8 batters, retired only 1 via a strikeout. He walked 5 and hit a batter, and was taken out of the game after just 1/3 of an inning. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball from Garner, and it's 0-2. 8-2 Range Riders. Bottom of the 7th. 1-2 from Lozavoy is a check swing on the breaking ball low. Don't think he went. He did not. 2-2. At this point, Oakland just trying to not use another reliever, although we'll see how much leash Lozavoy is given. The pitch, lined sharply foul, headed for the Oakland bullpen. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. You got a long 12-game road trip. Not the ideal way to start from a pitching perspective if you're Jim Dietrich. Going to the bullpen just 8 batters in, but that's the reality of today's situation. The pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Foul tip by Garner after Lozavoy pumps 93 by him. He strikes out the side in the 7th. And the Ballers bats wake up in the 8th. They trail by 6. 8-2 Range Riders here on Ballers Radio. Top of the 8th inning, Ballers up to bat, down by 6. It is 8-2 Glacier. Jeter Ibarra leads off against the right-hander Davis Pratt. Righties first to Ibarra is a breaking ball low and in, ball 1. Ibarra, Allgaier, and Buford, 3, 4, and 5 for Oakland. 2 runs on 8 hits for the Ballers. The pitch, fastball middle in, called a strike, and it's 1-1. Pratt comes home, And Ibarra hits a hard ground ball foul down the first base line into his bullpen. That took a big hop off the bullpen mound and then carried over. I don't know if that was Liam Rocha who was trying to field it. They've been active playing as a fifth infielder out there in foul ground. 1-2. Tipped foul by Ibarra. He just got a piece on the breaking ball. 1-2 on the San Jose native. Pratt pitches, and Ibarra swings and misses at a breaking ball for strike 3. 3 strikeouts for Pratt, 1 down to the 8th for Jake Allgaier. Well, we had a beautiful drive from Missoula up to Kalispell. Middle part of the drive was along the perimeter of the Flathead Lake. First pitch to Allgaier is a fastball high, ball 1. The largest natural freshwater lake west of the Mississippi, which spans 28 miles long and 15 miles wide. 1-0. Allgaier takes high, 2-0. And although it was a little cloudy, it almost provided a bit of a suspense factor on the drive. Just seeing the fog and seeing how wide and vast this lake was. It is. Allgaier takes ball 3. It's 3-0. It's one of the cleanest lakes in the world. 191 square miles, and it covers 160 miles of shoreline. 3-0. Allgaier watches all the way. A strike down the middle. It's 3-1. Can only imagine what it's like when the weather gets warm and the campgrounds are open for tourists and locals. 3-1. Allgaier takes a strike. A fastball on the inside corner. 3-2. Because my oh my, it is just so vast. At least from what we saw during our drive, and we probably were along that lake for a good 30 to 45 minutes as our bus winded up the mountains and up here to Kalispell. Full count on Allgaier. Pratt pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The breaking ball low and outside gets Allgaier. 2 outs, 8th inning here for Cam Buford. Of course, Glacier National Park, not far from Kalispell, just 32 miles away from downtown. First pitch to Buford is bounced to third. That is a foul ball as Felix charged and threw on the run just in case. 0-1. It's almost sort of a bummer. We wish that we were here maybe a little bit longer, given the natural beauty of this town. Just after today, just 2 more nights. Buford swings and misses for strike 2. Yesterday was raining for much of the day, so we really couldn't do much from a scenic standpoint or a sightseeing standpoint. Also, a lot of the guys just tired after a long day of travel. Early wake-up call. 0-2 pitch. Buford fights it off foul, back into the screen. 0-2 on Cam. Ballers 2, Range Riders 8, top of the 8th. Series continues tomorrow night at 6:35, 5:35 Pacific. The pitch. Buford lays off a high fastball. It's 1-2. Right-hander set at the belt. 1-2. And, it looked like it was going to be strike 3. The umpire behind the plate, Paul Graham, looked like he was thinking about ringing up Cam, but the pitch was high. 2-2 on Buford, who has singled in a run back in the 6th. Holds the bat very high at the pitch. Way up high and outside with a fastball. It's a full count. Pratt wants a new baseball. Paul Graham gets to show off the arm for old time's sake. I wonder if there are umpires who genuinely enjoy showing off the arm when they get to throw it back to the pitcher. 3-2 is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Pratt strikes out the side in the 8th. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of relief for Davis Pratt. Home half of the 8th coming up. It is 8-2 Glacier on Ballers Radio.
Leadoff batter for the Ring Drivers, number 13, Jake Miller.
Welcome back to Kalispell and back here at Glacier Bank Park. Beautiful ballpark here in Big Sky Country, as the Range Riders have led most of the way in this one. 8-2 lead on Oakland as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Matt Lozavoy deals the first to Jake Millen. Left-handed bat takes the ball low. 1 ball and no strikes. Millen, Ratfield, steal. Middle of the order due up against Lozavoy. And the pitch is fouled off over towards third for strike 1. Lozavoy entered the game in the 7th. Walked the leadoff man, but then struck out the side. And he's hoping to get through the 8th here, and that'll be that for Oakland pitching-wise, unless they, of course, take the lead. Here's a fastball low. It's 2-1. Two one. Millen takes low with a fastball. 3-1. Millen is homered. 2-run shot in the 6th off Turk. Here he fouls one back into the screen. 3-2. A towering fly ball down the right field line. It was just a matter if it would stay fair or foul, and it was fair indeed. We have a good vantage point here from right. Lozavoy working from the windup. His full count pitch is a breaking ball low and outside, ball 4. Well, walks were an issue that first week and a half for Oakland. And Sunday was encouraging, just 3 walks allowed by the staff, 3 walks the day before, but unfortunately they have resurfaced today. 15 now issued by Oakland as Lozavoy finds the outside corner with the breaking ball to Ratfield for strike 1. The pitch is fouled back into the screen for strike two, excuse me. No balls and 2 strikes. It is past 9 o'clock here local time in Kalispell, but still the sun has not set. 0-2. Ratfield lays off a high fastball. 1-2. It's been a very slow set of the sun today. I believe in a half hour officially set. The pitch in tight. 2-2. Lights are on, but I mean, we can still see a glimpse of the sun out in right center. The pitch is high. Fastball is upstairs. 3-2 on Ratfield. Millen with his lead at first base. Lozavoy throws, and Ratfield pops it up. Towards the line and right, Blythe is ranging over, crosses the line, makes the catch. 1 down for Jacob Steele. Well, not too far away from Kalispell is another very charming mountain town of Montana, Whitefish. A resort town just about 8 miles or so from this ballpark. First pitch to Steele is a fastball down the middle for a strike. 0-1. Named one of the top 25 ski towns in the world by National Geographic. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a ski resort up there. Jane Clora challenging the call of the ball. And the call has been confirmed. 1 challenge remaining for the Ballers. Both challenges remaining for the Range Riders. Lozavoy's 1-1. There's a strike. Fastball on the outside. 1-2. We are about 3,000 feet above sea level here in Kalispell. 1-2. Breaking ball is inside, and Clora's going to use his last challenge. Might as well. You have 1 left towards the end of the game. And it's been confirmed a ball. It was just a hair inside. So, no challenges remaining for the Ballers. Based off the data that we have here, Clora did not miss by very much. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. No question about that. Breaking ball from Lozavoy, his 4th strikeout of the game. And Steele swung through it for strike 3. 2 outs for Edric Felix. Felix has been hit by a pitch. He has struck out swinging, singled, and walked. First pitch is a 1-hopper to Allgaier in shallow center. Shortstop underhands to Santos at second for the force out. And the inning is over. Last ups for the Ballers, who are down by 6. 8-2 Glacier as we go to the 9th here on Ballers Radio. Last chance for the Ballers on this Tuesday night from Kalispell. They trail 8-2 on the Range Riders, and a new pitcher for Glacier. It's the right-hander Will Maynard, who makes his 4th appearance of the year. 4 1/3 innings. He's given up 12 runs, but only 4 earned for the righty. It's Jaden Colora, Noah Blythe, and Davis Druick to face the new right-hander Maynard. Works from the first base side of the rubber. First pitch to Colora is a strike. A breaking ball on the outside, 0-1. Two runs, 8 hits, no errors for Oakland. 8 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Range Riders. As Colora looks at strike 2 on the outside, it's 0-2. The first inning got away for Oakland and from Joel Tornero today. 6 runs in the first on just 1 hit. 0-2 from Maynard. And Colora chases a high fastball for strike 3. One away for Noah Blythe. Evan Langston turned in a great start for the Range Riders. 6 innings of 2-run ball. Scattered 7 hits and a walk. Davis Pratt threw 2 scoreless. And he struck out 5. Here's Blythe. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Strike 1. Maynard, 22 years of age, from Houston, Texas, a former Dodgers farmhand. And the pitch in the dirt. 1-1. This is his first year in the Pioneer League after spending the first 2 years of his professional career with the Dodgers. 1-1. Blythe takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's now 1-2. From Panama City Beach, Florida, or that's where he was born. 1-2 in the dirt and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right-hander comes set at the waist. The pitch. Blythe bounces it to third. It's a belt-high hop for Felix. Throw to first. Just in time as Blythe was busting it up the line. 2 outs. Oakland is down to their final outs. And here comes Davis Druick. Maynard was released by the Dodgers just before the start of the minor league baseball season. So he finds a new home here in Glacier and perhaps a strong campaign, and then he can make his way back to affiliated ball. Originally signing, though, as an undrafted free agent at a Seminole State College. First pitch to Druick is popped up. Shallow left field. This could do it. It's going to be the shortstop, Steele, who puts it away, and that is the ball game. Range Riders take game 1 of this 3-game series as the Ballers out hit Glacier. They out hit them by 5, 8-3, but a rough first inning. Range Riders scored 6 of their 8 runs in the first, and they take game 1 by a final of 8-2 over the Ballers. Ballers post game is coming up after this here on Ballers Radio. Ballers drop game one to the Glacier Range Riders on this Tuesday night from Kalispell by a final of 8-2. As we welcome you back to Kalispell, this is the Ballers post-game show. My name is Gareth Kwok as we break down the box score and take a look at how this thing went down. Usually, first innings don't do you in, but in this case for the Ballers, it did. An unfortunate first inning and an unfortunate start for Joel Tornero, who was making a second start as a professional and with the Ballers. And Glacier scored 6 runs on just 1 hit. He struggled with command. He was missing high with the fastball and his off speed. And after walking the leadoff man and striking out Logan Beard, he walked the next 4 batters and then hit Edric Felix to bring home the first 3 runs across for the Range Riders before then walking in another run in Tommy Rover. And Aaron Miles had seen enough. So 6 walks, a hit batter for Tornero, and just 8 batters faced. As he threw 41 pitches, only 13 found the strike zone. Kyle Ashworth then hit a 2-run double off Michael Riley to put the Range Riders ahead 6-1. And Riley, who eventually pitched 4 innings of relief, walked 5 batters, but he struck out 5, scattered 2 hits and no runs. And quite a performance considering how early the bullpen was summoned. But again, 6 runs on 1 hit for Glacier in that first really hurt Ballers and dug them into quite a deep hole. After Oakland had started off the scoring with a RBI ground out from Jeter Ibarra to first base. Evan Langston, though, you credit him for a great start. 6 innings of 2-run balls, 7 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. And we're going to make him our proposition check-in player of the game. Langston with the quality start for the Range Riders as he quieted the Ballers' bats. Just 76 pitches needed as well for Langston in the win. Ballers threatened in the 6th with 2 outs. Allgaier singled and then advanced to second on a pass ball and then was brought home on a Cam Buford RBI single. Jalen Kalora walked to put 2 men on with 2 out, but Noah Blythe bounced into a force out to end the inning. Bullpen for Oakland was pretty good considering the circumstances. Riley with 4 scoreless innings, 5 strikeouts. Turk struck out 3 in an inning and 2/3. He made 1 mistake, and that was a 2-run home run to Jake Millen in the 6th. And then Matt Lozovoy came in and pitched 2 scoreless with 4 strikeouts. The walks were an issue again. 15 walks, 13 strikeouts from Oakland's pitching. That has to be better. As the Ballers fall in this one by a final of 8-2 to the Range Riders. Game lasted 2 hours and 37 minutes here at Glacier Bank Park. And again, the final totals: 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors for Oakland. They stranded 6 on base. 8 runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Range Riders, and they stranded 11 on base. When we come back, we'll take a look at some scores around the Pioneer League. We'll take a look at some scores around Major League Baseball, and then we will preview tomorrow night's matchup, Game 2 of the series for Oakland against Glacier. The Ballers postgame show continues after this, right here on Ballers Radio. Welcome back to Kalispell in the Glacier Bank Park. This is the Ballers postgame show as the Ballers fall 8-2 to the Glacier Range Riders in Game 1 of this 3-game series. Let's take a look around the Pioneer League on this Tuesday. Several games in progress. We were the first game to conclude. In the 8th, it is a 8-4 lead for Missoula against Boise. The Ballers will go to Missoula next week. Ogden and Idaho Falls tied at 10 in the top of the 6th. Idaho Falls desperate for a win after a very slow start. And right now, a 6-run 6th for Ogden has evened up the score at 10 apiece. Meanwhile, Long Beach leads 7-2 on Red Pocket in their home opener against the Mobiles. Modesto is ahead 3-2 on Yuba Sutter in the bottom of the 4th. And last but not least, Billings and Great Falls. No score shown, I believe, due to inclement weather is our guess. So no score being shown for Billings and Great Falls, as the Ballers will go to Great Falls later this week. Take a look at some scores around Major League Baseball as we conclude Ballers post-game. Brewers defeated the Giants 8-3 from Milwaukee. Orioles defeated the Red Sox 4-2. Rockies lead 8-0 in the bottom of the 5th from LA. Dodgers ahead 4-2 on the D-backs in the top of the 6th. Mariners 4-2 lead on the Mets in the bottom of the 5th. Tigers and Rays an 8-0 final for Detroit as they defeat Tampa Bay. Phillies defeat the Padres 3-2. Marlins defeat the Nationals 7-3. Guardians are 9-4 winners over the Yankees. Reds walk off the Royals 4-3 on a walk-off single from Blake Dunn. Braves defeat the Blue Jays 4-3 from Truist Park. Twins defeat the White Sox 6-4. Rangers take down the Cardinals 7-4. A's are victorious over the Cubs 2-1. Nick Kurtz with his 11th home run of the year. And Gage Jump with a nice start. Left-hander goes 7 innings of 1-run ball with 3 hits, 1 walk, and 5 strikeouts to pick up his first big league win. And last but not least, the Pirates defeat the Astros 10-6. Let's take a look at tomorrow night's matchup. It is Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Ballers and Range Riders. And Oakland has yet to announce their starter for tomorrow. They're going as TBD. Aiden Elfring will get this ball for the Range Riders. It is a 5:35 Pacific first pitch, so we'll go live at about 5:20 here from Glacier Bank Park. Oakland looking to even up the series a game apiece. Again, our pregame coverage will begin tomorrow at 5:20 with first pitch at 5:35 right here on our YouTube channel as well as on the Home Team Network. We apologize for the technical difficulties earlier in the stream, but we thank Brendan Colhurst for figuring that out and resolving the technical issues. That is going to do things for us here from Kalispell. For Tyler Peterson, I'm Gareth Kwok saying so long here from Glacier Bank Park. The final today, Range Riders defeat the Ballers 8-2. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday, and we'll talk to you all tomorrow. So long, everybody.